Hey there, Michael Greenwood here. So in this video, I'm going to run through how you can grow your small business, your micro business, into something bigger and start to think more like a business owner than a freelancer. So rule number one is actually create a marketing plan. Actually think about how you can reach customers and actually have an ICP. So that's your ideal customer profile or ideal client profile. And what I would do is, depends where you are in your journey, but let's say you've never worked with a client before, you're really good at what you do, but you kind of don't know much about business. The number one thing is you've got to work out who you like to work with. So let's say you're working for an agency and you're employed at the moment, then you can actually think about all the client projects that you're working on and think which resonate more with you. So you might like working with home services, tradespeople, or you might like working with beauty salon owners, or you might like working with dentists. So there's all kinds of different types of niche, or types of clients that you can really start to drill down into the type of businesses that you prefer to work with. And sometimes it's a collection of things in terms of picking client types, your ideal client types who you want to work with. It could be that they're profitable. It could be that you can get them results. It could be that they're quite high ticket, or at least they've got a good average lifetime value on the back end, which is really important. It could be that they're just easy to work with, that they're really appreciative for the results. And it could be all of those things. So what I would say is, whether you're working for an employer at the moment, or you've already, got a small agency and you've got some clients, I would actually write down all the clients you've got and start to categorize them as, are they a pain to work with? Yes or no? Are they profitable? I.e., can you get them results profitably? Are they happy and you're making money? That's the main thing. Where maybe you're making some clients money, but you have to put in lots of extra hours, and it actually is really affecting your bottom line, and you're not making good margins on that because you're having to do twice as much because you've kind of got some operational problems in that area, or maybe it's an area of business that's difficult, or maybe you're doing everything for that client that they're asking and you're not kind of managing expectations and just kind of sticking to what you do. So you're doing little odd jobs. I've had some clients in the past where they said, can you help me to fix my printer? And you think that you're kind of doing them a favor with that kind of thing, or doing the IT support if you're a marketing agency and stuff like that. But in reality, are they actually going to appreciate that? And is it going to be a one-off thing? And are you going to charge them for that as well? But the thing is, if you're not niching in terms of the services that you're providing and the types of company you're working with, or a mixture of both, then you're just going to have an extra set of SOPs or standard operating procedures for each thing that you're doing. So let's say you're a marketing agency and you're doing absolutely everything. You're doing 10 or 20 different services. You're doing email marketing. You're doing cold email outreach for clients. You're doing web design, SEO, online ads, Google ads, Facebook ads, TikTok, Instagram. You're doing absolutely everything. Unless you're a bit more established as an agency and you've kind of cracked one service and you've got all your SOPs together and all that kind of thing, it can be very difficult to do an absolutely fantastic job at each in each of these areas of service delivery. But then on the other hand, if you're also on top of that working with lots of different types of companies, so you're working with roofers, you're working with nail technicians, you're working with dentists, you're working with home renovation builders and things like that. You've also then got to have an email for each of these different niches. You've got to have some marketing assets for each one of those niches. You've got to have landing pages for each one of those niches, and you probably have to have more than one landing page because you're going to A/B test them. So you're going to split test them and see what's working best. So it all becomes quite intensive in terms of the operational part of your business. And then when it comes to the planning as well, your head will be absolutely loads of information in it. So what I would suggest is to really start to eliminate some areas of what you're doing which aren't particularly working well. So let's say, look, every so often you get a logo in to do like a logo design and branding, and you don't really do that, but you're okay at it. You are much better to form some strategic partnerships, like with a logo designer who just does logos, and perhaps they're a freelancer, and you can pass work to them, or they can work white label under your agency, and the work's still coming from you, and they can even jump on a Zoom call with a client, to run through some graphics and some brand ideas and stuff like that, get some requirements, do some discovery. So they're technically part of your extended team in that, but really they're quite autonomous within the legal entity of them being a freelancer. So it means you can engage them and then disengage them when the project's over. So it's not like having members of staff where you've got to keep them busy, and you've got to do all the other stuff like getting them bought into the company culture and all that kind of thing. So usually end up costing more per kind of unit, or per logo, for example, or per brand kit or set of brand guidelines or whatever. But you'll have to do a lot less checking of the work, all that kind of thing, less training, because they're just specialists in what they do. And you can get them to sign NDAs and non-disclosure agreements and things like that. So what I'm saying is, to actually grow your digital marketing agency, you need to be a generalist and know about a lot of different things, but not necessarily do a lot of the technical work yourself. Now, what I do say is that there are 3 pillars to any digital marketing business. There's a lot of other departments, but there's literally marketing, sales, service delivery. And I would say that the people who've tried to, on average, I'm talking on average here, grow their business by outsourcing or hiring people to do, or using freelancers to do the marketing and even the sales first off, and then done all the service delivery themselves, and they just want to do the service delivery, they just want to be in the operational level, that's when they've not done too well. But then if you flip that and start to get people to do the technical stuff, the service delivery stuff and stuff like that, then that's where they've done better, on average. There are exceptions to the rule, but obviously I'm talking about the rule itself, that on average, from what I've seen, most people who are looking at growing an agency, if they get people to do the service delivery or some of the service delivery first, and then they start to get people to do the marketing, the sales, and then the marketing, that's where they tend to flourish. So what I'm saying is, hold on to the marketing as much as you can, because your marketing agency as well should be able to do that. The other thing is, just kind of winding back where I said there, yes, I know that marketing and sales can be working in the business tasks as well, but you've got your strategic, you've got your operational, you've got your tactical and things like that. So what I'm saying is, when push comes to shove, we've all got the same number of hours in a day, and you could be there creating your logo, or you could be there speaking to loads more people to get them to know your business. And at the end of the day, which is going to actually bring in the revenue at the front end, getting the thing done. The thing needs to be done. The service delivery needs to be done, and obviously that's the top thing to do. If you've got deadlines, you can't get on the phone and be cold calling, or do anything else but get that deadline satisfied for that client. But what I'm saying is, take a step back and plan ahead, so you don't have to be in that position. Because if you're in that position where you get really busy, then you've got loads of service delivery, and then your marketing and sales suffers, you're going to have peaks and troughs, and that is literally the freelancer mindset. I'm talking about the business owner's mindset here, where you're looking at creating something where you're removing yourself from aspects of the business bit by bit, and you're basically time auditing what you're doing, and you're saying, is that high leverage, is that low leverage, and then you get into a point eventually where you can just build that business, put a CEO in place, and then do something else, or choose to work in it if you want, if that's what you want to do. But you've got to decide who you're going to become. You've got to decide who you need to become to do that thing. And if you're willing to go through the pain to become a different person, basically, to actually do that thing in future. So start to work as your future self. You can ask yourself, what would your future self do in this situation? Would I be sat there doing a logo for 8 hours, or should I actually be attracting more business in and doing more marketing? And then when it gets to a point where you sat there and you've got loads of Zoom calls, you've got lots of calls, lots of sales calls, where you're doing discovery calls, and you've got people coming in who aren't qualified, you've got to think, this is a process issue here. I should really be pre-qualifying them before they get on the call. I should be doing the marketing, but then when they're coming through the funnel, sending them some kind of questionnaire or something just to pre-qualify them, just to get some micro commitments. So you should be protecting your time, not giving it away so freely. So how to actually grow a digital marketing business, it entails being a marketer and actually marketing your business, like you're marketing your client's business as well, and practicing what you preach. So next big thing to assist your marketing, assist your sales, is to build your portfolio and to actually have case studies and have evidence of what you can do, and to get that online, basically get that online in a repurposed fashion. So let's say you're going to get a video testimonial, you want to make that into a PDF, maybe that's a downloadable one as well. You want to have lots of different marketing assets prepared and created on a continuous basis, so you can provide social proof and evidence of the thing that you do, and actually some tangible results as well. I think one of the biggest mistakes is just being quite generic and saying, oh, we get results for clients. I mean, we need case studies. We need to see case studies. We need to see you've got them from point A to point B. You've helped them fill the gap. What has that done for their lives? What has that done for their business? Has it helped them to grow from struggling and getting hardly any leads in to being absolute beasts and dominating their niche, their own niche? And the thing is, by picking your niche, by picking a select few services that you're really good at that complement each other, and then sticking to one business. So lately I've not been doing hardly any networking, like it face-to-face networking or anything like that. But at one point I was doing quite a bit of a Zoom. But one of the things that used to kind of make me cringe is where business owner would come on and do their elevator pitch, and they'd have like 2 or 3 businesses, but they were just turning over like little amounts of money. So just stick to one thing. Just like if you're doing like 3 businesses at this time and they're all like turning over like relatively little amounts that you're not satisfied with, and you're kind of running around like an headless chicken, but you're saying, I'm a business owner, I've got 3 businesses, and maybe it sounds good. It just pick one business and then cut the other 2, and just don't stop. Just laser focus on the thing. Just let the same if you're kind of doing the 10 or 20 service thing, and you're doing loads of different services, and you're doing okay with some services, but you've maybe not created the SOPs for some other services and stuff like that. Until you've cracked one service, don't offer the next service. Some of the services are complimentary, or get somebody in to help with this service so you deliver excellent results, because you don't want to burn through a lot of clients and get them bad results, or your reputation will be tarnished. You need to get good results as a marketing agency, and we're online, so you've got reviews online, you should have videos of yourself online. You should be talking about your successes. You should be talking about the client stories, the people you're helping with what you love doing. Basically, I absolutely love what I do. You can probably hear the passion in my voice when I'm talking about running a digital marketing agency. I absolutely love it. And I love getting results for my clients, seeing the faces light up when I'm doing the video testimonials with them, when I'm asking them the question about their journey. I absolutely love that. That puts a fire in my belly. And to grow your agency, you need a portfolio. You need a portfolio more than you need money, actually. So if you're just starting out, everybody says don't work for free, or don't do performance marketing, or don't do something like that. But if you've got no portfolio, if you've got no reviews yet, you've got no social proof, you've got no testimonials, no case studies, then what else are you going to do to prove yourself? Obviously, don't work all the time for free, but work to get a testimonial. I've heard all kinds of stuff, like in some of the groups where people have said, "Oh, a testimonial won't pay the bills" and stuff like that. But the testimonial, when you're first starting out, it's one of the most important things. It's social proof. It's evidence of the fact that you can do the thing, for real people, real business owners, and you're making them money, and you're taking a slice. And if they don't make money, you don't make money. So it's very much a symbiotic relationship. So the way to grow an agency, in a nutshell, is be very specific and focused about what you want. Run one business. Don't say you're going to run 3 businesses and you're going to have a multi-level marketing on the side selling candles. Just stick to the one thing. Stick to the one thing. Don't do a marketing agency and then on the side you're helping people with their energy bills, because that's split focus. You're going to be on this, then you're going to be on that, and focusing is one of the things. Bill Gates says one of the most important things in business is the ability to cut out distractions, to focus. It's really, really important to just focus on what you're doing. So to get started, if you've not started an agency and you're still working for somebody, or maybe you're dipping your toes in or anything like that, I would say get some free work under your belt. At least do some performance-based marketing with their ad spend, perhaps. So if you're running like Google ads you're running YouTube ads, Facebook ads, Instagram ads, TikTok, actually, just take a percentage. Say, look, I'm going to take like 10%, 15% maybe of what you make, maybe 20%, depending on, if it's high ticket, low ticket, or whatever, and depending on what they can make on the back end with a lifetime value. And I go in with a pitch like that, where you know that when you're getting results, you're gonna at least self-liquidate your costs and stuff like that, because when you're first starting out, you've just got yourself to pay, and if you've got a job, you can just like leave the money in the company. Really, how do you get clients? There's 3 main ways of getting clients. There's you can run ads, you can do organic, you can do outreach. You can do cold outreach. Yeah, that's really all. There's lots of others, but we'll just focus on those 3. So let's say you're starting with, I don't know, $500, something like that. You're not going to be able to run ads. I see a lot of people trying to start a business and they spend £400 on Google ads to get the £400 credit and then to switch them off, after the £800, it's not going to work. So don't run ads initially. Don't run ads until you've got some cash in the bank where you don't mind just blowing £2,000. I'm not saying you don't mind it, but it's not going to stop food from. It's not going to stop you and your family from eating, basically. So it leaves you with two options. You've got outreach and you've got organic. And I would say do both of those. So I'd say outreach could be DMs, it could be cold calling, cold email. And if you're doing cold email, you will need to use some of that money because you'll need domains, you'll need G Suite accounts, you'll need a platform as well, to send the emails on. And you'll need some education on it as well. So you might school of YouTube and all that kind of thing. And I will spend the money, most of the money, on educating yourself in something. So you might want to buy a course. But I would do both at the same time. I would do outreach and I'd do the organic. And when I say organic, I mean like organic social media posting. So Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn. I would do some SEO as well, some Google SEO. I'd do a YouTube channel and talk about the subject. Talk about the techniques that you're using to get people results and things like that. Document your journey. And in documenting that, it kind of helps you to facilitate the learning. It helps to internalize it, which is really good. I would definitely get a domain name, a professional domain. I would not be, when you're cold calling, you don't want to be sending somebody an email with the Zoom meeting link with a Gmail or Hotmail or Outlook or anything like that. You get yourself a professional email, pick a domain, but don't go to the expense of a big fancy website. Don't spend lots of money on that. You're not going to have the money anyway. You got $500, but aim to build a landing page. The landing page, what to have on it? You want to have a VSL on top, video sales letter. You want to have a form with as fewer fields as possible at this stage because you can afford to get more inquiries and filter them out less. And you can also filter them out on the late stages of the funnel as well before the call. Yeah. But protect your time, even at this stage, even though you're time rich and cash poor. You could do it getting on some Zoom calls, sales calls for some practice as well, because time on Zoom calls really helps, to get you 10,000 hours, stuff like that. But I would say still protect your time, still have some, like a questionnaire, kind of protecting between the landing page and the Zoom call. You don't want somebody you don't want to just send an email to somebody and then they click on your calendar link and the booking and then you see them on the call. You need something in between. You want a questionnaire. You want a micro commitment. You want them to answer at least 5 or 6 questions and stuff like that. Like what kind of budget are you looking at spending on growing your business, investing in growing your business, those kind of questions. What's your business name? Some of it can be on your front end, but you've got that kind of extra form in between, like a 2-step funnel process. But on that first form, you want to get the basic details like the name, mobile number, email address, maybe a little description of what they're looking for. So I'd like to grow my plumbing business. I'm in Yorkshire. Can you help me, please? That kind of thing. So they can just fill that in. If you're in the UK, make sure you're GDPR compliant with your forms, all that kind of thing. Make sure you register with the ICO to all data and all that kind of thing. So there's different things that you need to do as a business owner. Get your insurance, get your professional indemnity, get your public liability, if you need it, and get some legal cover as well, just in case you need to protect the assets that you're building up. So a little bit about money in general. You build an asset, you get to cash flow, you protect the asset with insurance or whatever you can protect it with. You don't want to have unprotected assets. You don't buy a house and then don't insure it. If anything happens to the house and you're not insured, then you're kind of snookered, aren't you? So you need to build assets, create assets, and then make sure they're protected. So back to the agency, you're picking up the phone if you're cold calling. When you've picked up the phone, somebody's going to go and check you out online. You're not going to sell them over the phone. The point of the phone call is to make an introduction and to set up a meeting over a Zoom call, right? And then to have that little gap in between to send them a questionnaire. I'll book you on, but can you just send that? Can you just kind of watch this video so you know what we're about as well? Invest some time into it, or can you just answer these 6 questions, 5 questions, or whatever, so I can just get a bit more, so I can just prepare for that meeting a bit better. When it comes to researching your prospects, I would say the money's in the list. You want to get your data together, but don't spend too much time faffing about, in between calls. So if you're cold calling, yeah. So you want to batch things. I'm talking Henry Ford. You can have a Model T as long as it's in black, kind of thing. So that guy had conveyor belt just for the doors, yeah. Conveyor belt just for the wheels. It didn't have like one conveyor belt, wheels come in, and then they're getting the wheels, then they think, oh, doors come in now, I'm going to fit the door together, or chassis, or what am I going to do? That's confusing, and that's what you're going to do if you're going to try and cold call. If you try to get the data, check it, get the decision maker's name, all that kind of thing, and then you make the call, and then you put the phone down, and then you take your notes, and then you say, oh, get the next bit of data, check, look at the website. You don't want to do that, right? Do it in batch. Get a Google Sheet, get your data on there, or a CRM, like a free version of HubSpot, or Go High Level, which is paid. You can get a free trial, or another CRM, Pipedrive, or something like that. They use Active Campaigns, got a CRM as well, but it's mostly for the email marketing, a bit like MailChimp. But get something where you can store your data records. I'd just go with like G Suite and just get a Google Sheets or something like that. And then you want to get all your data together, maybe on an evening. And then when you're doing your cold calling in the day, you basically pick up phone, dial number, yeah, put it down, take your notes, pick up phone, dial number, take your notes. There's no messing about. You know who you're phoning. Don't phone anybody if you don't know the decision maker's name. I can run through that in another video if you want to run through how to find the right people to be talking to. Who's the decision maker? The decision maker is the person who is going to give you the order. They're going to give you the purchase order. They're going to sign the contract. You need to find out who all the decision makers are who need to make a decision to sign your contract, to give you money, for you to do the thing, for you to get results. So that's pretty much it, really. Don't pitch to the receptionist. Now, there's a lot of kind of trains of thought on this. Should I just kind of get past the gatekeeper or receptionist or whatever straight away, or build a bit of rapport up? I do it differently depending on the circumstance. So I kind of like a chameleon, adapt a little bit. But sometimes I'll ask the gatekeeper. I'll always get the name. Yeah, always get the first name. Write it in the notes in the CRM like HubSpot. And then next time you call back, you say, "Oh, Julie. Oh, yeah. Can you just put it through to Dave?" But always find out the decision maker's name, or have an idea of it. So if you're going to go on somebody's website, here in the UK, we have limited companies. For example, you can search the limited company name on Companies House. You can look at all the directors. Sometimes there's 3 or 4 directors, and you can take a stab in the dark. So you can say, "Hi, Julie. Yeah, just calling to speak to," and then you pick 1 or 4 Dave. Or you can also go on LinkedIn. There's an handy service called LinkedIn Sales Navigator. It's about 80 quid, 80 quid a month. And you can then start to have a look at what they're posting about, look at the company structures if they're on there, and look at who the most likely decision maker is going to be. With bigger companies, you can have marketing managers, marketing directors. They're usually a good shout. Smaller companies, you might just have one CEO, one director kind of thing, one company owner. They're usually the right person. Sometimes you'll get the wife or the husband on the phone, and you can talk to them. Maybe they do the bookkeeping. Maybe they're definitely good to get on side. Get the get both the husband and wife on side or whatever in the company. That can be really good. But generally speaking, and this is why when I talked about that marketing, sales, service delivery, if you're doing the service delivery all the time and you're getting really busy, you're not going to do marketing and sales. Your sales are going to go down once you finish your projects, or you get cancellations if you've got on retainer, and then you're just not going to have that top level kind of top down view of I call it the competitive landscape, where you kind of got an idea of what's going on depending on what level you're at, kind of thing, and you can really keep your eyes and your ears kind of open to the marketplace, really. So this is about all I've got, but I would say write things down if you're not used to doing that. Plan ahead, plan tomorrow today, so that you're getting into the swing of things, you're building momentum and all that good stuff, and generally have fun by doing this. You'll be coming out of your comfort zone, but just remember that your subconscious really wants to keep you into your old programming, really. So like to protect you, because it doesn't want you to get eaten by T-Rex kind of thing. It wants you to stay in the cave or wherever you're comfortable. But actually, if you stay in the cave, you'll starve. So you really need to get out there, and you'll take a few risks and all that kind of thing. But then you're going to get the nice, tasty food as you're going hunting when you get these. And you can farm as well. We've got the farm analogy, and you can do both. So the thing is, when you're planting seeds in business, and in marketing we call them touch points, you're speaking to people, you're finding out a bit more about them. I was speaking to a business yesterday, and they were telling me how it's seasonal, telling me how at this time of year they prefer this, in summer they prefer that. And I had a few misconceptions, actually. I said, I would have thought in winter you wouldn't be that busy. I said, no, you get the low sun coming through the conservatory in the winter. That's why you need the thing. All right. And it kind of, I wrote that down, start to find more about the niche, and then that's the power of working with similar kind of companies, where you start to work out the lingo. And that's the thing. If you just specialize in a few things, like let's say you're just going to specialize in Google Ads, you're going to learn everything about Google Ads. If you try to specialize in loads of different services, you're just going to have surface level stuff. You're not going to be able to go really deep into that. And the thing is, when you're doing the surface level thing, imagine that you're flying across the ocean as a bird. You're going to do the surface level. You're not going to get, you're going to get little tiddler fish. When you dive into a niche, you're going to get the big fish, and that's what we want, don't we? We want the big fish, because if you can, as a performance marketing company, lead generation company, social media marketing agency, digital marketing agency, or whatever, increase a business by 20%, that's turning over 2 million. You just made them 400 grand. But if you, and that's like your big fish analogy, but if you increase somebody by 20% and they're on 100 grand, then you just made them 20 grand, right? Who do you think is going to pay you more? On performance, you're going to get paid more, obviously, for the 2 million company, yeah. And who have you made the most money? It's the 2 million company. So go and find some richer clients. Go and find some clients who have got bigger problems to solve, where there's more responsibility, fewer people play in that field. When I say play, I mean fewer digital marketing agencies will be able to get them results because there's more going on, more responsibility. So yeah, let's get stuck in. If you are, if you're doing this, just focus on it, move forward, don't move backwards, laser focus on it. Do things like meditate, do your affirmations, start to tackle your self-limiting beliefs. You don't have any. I thought I didn't have any until I started to kind of, pick apart the programming and stuff like that. And it's, I'm mind blown still at a lot of the stuff, and I'm still on that journey. You know what I mean? I always say that business is like a big kind of personal development exercise where you just find out so much about yourself, and you start to, focusing on what's really important. And as you start to protect your time more, you can start to really use leverage and stuff like that. It's really, really fantastic stuff. So I wish you well. Don't forget to charge what you're worth after you've maybe done a few freebies and you've got your testimonials and things like that. If you're creative, don't let them kind of grind you down on price, have pricing confidence. Don't work for cheap when you're good. After you've got that portfolio together, understand what you're making people, and try to go for that value-based pricing as well. And yeah, I will see you next time. So like, subscribe, comment, and share this video. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you next time.